I'm Pat.
I'm Jackie.
I'm Sean.
Welcome back to Real Wasted, and to celebrate the holiday, today we are watching the most culturally sensitive movie for Irish viewers, Leprechaun.
What the hell are you? I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
I love this stupid movie so much.
It's honestly been years since I've seen this, but I cannot wait.
I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised then with some of the games that we picked out.
Yes, we've come up with some good ones.
And we don't really know what's going to happen because we don't really remember a lot of this movie.
I remember this though. The first drinking game is Gold Rush. Anytime gold is mentioned or shown on screen.
And number 2 is Man from Nantucket. This movie is full of stupid limericks. So if you hear a stupid limerick, you're drinking.
A ring around a rosy, a bucket full of posy.
Number 3, The Rachel. This was Jennifer Aniston's first film, and it's amazing that she had a career after this because it's so horrible. So you're going to drink every time you find it miraculous that she has a career to follow.
Number 4, we have Scare Fails. This movie is full of moments that I can't honestly tell if they were trying to be this stupid or it just kind of happened. So anytime it looks like they're trying to make you scared, but instead you just involuntarily laugh.
Number 5, Near-Death Experience. This is a spoiler. I'm just throwing this out there. There are tons of opportunities for him to kill a main character in this movie. He never does it. This is one of the very few horror movies where the main characters from the beginning make it all the way to the end. There is no rhyme or reason for it. So drink every time they should have been killed and they were not.
And finally, we have a finish your drink for this one. There is an amazing line towards the end of the movie.
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
Which is one of the greatest movie lines ever. Finish your drink when he comes to that line. Get yourself ready because this movie is going to take a lot out of you. So everybody ready?
Yeah, this is going to be rough.
Alright. Cheers. Alright, let's talk about that piece of shit.
Do we have to?
It kind of speaks for itself. If you expected a horror movie called Leprechaun to be scary, you're wrong. Leprechaun is a movie made in 1993 that looks like it was supposed to be made in 1973. It is not scary. It's very funny in some instances.
There were a lot of instances in this movie where I would sit here and say, are we supposed to assume that this is what's happening? And Pat just blames it on magic. Things do eventually get explained. For example, in the beginning, there's an old man who traps the leprechaun in a box.
And then he just clutches his stomach and goes, ooh, and just falls.
You find out probably an hour and 15 minutes later.
He had a stroke.
And you said it best. That could have been just the teeniest, tiniest little
It could have been a throwaway line
in the beginning, just to sort all that out. You have no idea why Jennifer Aniston and her father move into this house. You know that they're from LA, and they're completely displaced.
And you know that they should have stayed there. Because fuck them.
No motivation behind that, no backstory.
The most amazing thing about this movie is it's probably the best movie Jennifer Aniston's ever done, with the exception of Horrible Bosses.
Listen, bud. Hey, this is the 90s.
She did okay with that role as far as just playing this sarcastic, fish out of water, I'd rather be in LA, blah, blah, blah. But then, second half of the movie, she wasn't really scared. She wasn't reacting to anything.
It's not that she wasn't scared. I would be perfectly okay if she was completely scared throughout the thing. But they had these moments where they kind of built her up like she was going to develop a character. Where she was going to
start kicking ass.
Where she was going to start kicking ass. Where she grabs the shotgun. You ever use one of these? Nope. Probably why you wasted a shell, but... And then she does nothing.
Yeah.
She never shoots the gun. There's a certain point where it's like, you stop blaming the character and you start blaming the actress. Just on principle, even if it is entirely the writing, where I was looking at the screen going, do something! Your boyfriend has an injured leg. It is exploited at every instance where he cannot do anything, to the point where the leprechaun actually at one point cheap shots it. Like he goes in and just goes, how's your leg? And just hits it. And And Jennifer Aniston does nothing.
But she looked good in her LA Gears.
The Leprechaun gets defeated by a butt to the head with the gun, which I think is still hysterical. She doesn't do anything like that. The worst thing she does is kind of softly bat him away with a shoe.
Think about what you're saying.
That's the other thing. Can we talk about the shoes for a second? That was the Leprechaun's kryptonite. He was, by trade as he put it, a shoemaker.
So he has to polish shoes.
So when they needed to escape, they took a big box of Jennifer Aniston's shoes and started belting them.
This is real. This was really in this movie.
Yeah.
That's what stopped the bullshit.
Are we doing this now? That was really in this movie? He kills somebody with a pogo stick.
This old left, he played one. He played pogo on his lawn.
I got this movie out of a dollar bin at Walmart, and I paid 99 cents too much for it.
No! Because then the Walmart people will be like, I want me copper!
Is that me gold?
Redeeming qualities. Does this movie have redeeming qualities?
We drank 61 times. That is the redeeming quality of this movie, is if you're gonna play this game, you're gonna drink a lot.
It's a terrible, terrible movie. But on the drinking game scale, I would say it scores pretty high.
Mostly because of the gold rule.
Yeah, I think
The
that's
golden
what
rule.
The golden
golden
rule!
rule.
Why didn't we call it that? That's
Oh.
brilliant. No, there's one scene in the year where I was actually screaming, "Screw you!" like at the screen, as if like they had done it to personally screw with us.
It tastes like me gold. It smells like me gold.
It looks like me gold.
At one point, he literally goes,
Me golden delicious gold.
golden delicious gold.
Golden delicious gold. If that's not a breakfast cereal, that should be.
There is a breakfast cereal based upon this movie, kind of. And even that, of all the cereals in the cabinet, was the one that wanted to be associated with this movie the least.
Yes!
It was Lucky Charms. It was, for all intents and purposes, the packaging, the colors, everything about it was Lucky Charms.
But the name was Lucky Clovers.
It was Lucky Clovers.
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
That kid is a sociopath.
He is! He's out of his mind!
I never noticed that. I always thought he was just like, because I remember seeing this a couple years ago and I'm like, oh, that kid's just a smartass.
I hated kids like this in 90s movies.
Yeah.
The 90s kid that was 10, but he tried to act like he was 40 and he knew better.
The magic all-knowing quit machine.
Exactly.
That's what he was.
Yeah, he was talking about putting a magnum up to somebody's temple and pulling the trigger.
That was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, you're not supposed to know what that is at that age.
He was the white trash Macaulay Culkin before Macaulay Culkin was white trash Macaulay Culkin.
My ear! He got my ear!
Hey, chill!
So if you do watch this Leprechaun, or if you watch In the Hood, I just can't believe I said that out loud. You can tweet us, #RealWasted, comment in the section below. Let us know what your drinking games are for this movie, and if there are any other movies you guys want us to review.
Please, please, if you watch In the Hood, let us know how it is.
No, it's In the Hood.
In
Say it
the
right.
Hood.
In the Hood.
And the
Thank you.
sequel, Back to the Hood.
The number 2.